So irons are pretty good. I think that the reason that your irons are good with the way that you do things is that you play the ball fairly far back in your stance. So it's all the way back here. And so what you're doing is that when you're swinging the club, you start to pivot or turn around your back leg, which makes the club come kind of outside and across the ball. So we're not quite getting a full momentum or weight shift forward. And so the way that I want to practice this today with your irons, which we'll do second, but we're going to move the ball forward with your irons, almost all the way up to the front foot, to help you feel like you can lean onto this side before you stand up and finish your swing. And we're going to do it with the driver to start. So ball position off the front foot, somewhere up there is fine, but I want you to feel like at the end of this swing that this foot's off the ground and you're facing your target more. And all this is giving you is like somewhere to go to accomplish our whole plan of getting your weight more forward before the club hits the ball. Because there's a relationship between how the club swings and where our weight goes. So if I take it back and I put my weight on my back foot and it's here for too long, my club starts to come out this way. Some people call it over the top. And then it comes down here to the ball and it cuts across the golf ball. Most of those players have open club faces. In the event that it does get a little bit closed, we send it way off to the right.
That's what happens to me. Well, I'm hitting pretty decently now, but the normal thing is for that to happen.
I can see it. So if we can get the golfer to get their weight to, like, you know, by the time that they're at the top of their backswing, that their weight's all the way forward. Now from here, as they start turning into the golf ball, the club actually stays more, we'll call this back or in versus out and in front of us, right? More back and in this way, and that's going to deliver the club into the ball in a straighter line. It might even make the ball draw a little bit. But from your perspective, if we have a line from the golf ball with the driver, I want you to feel like your left side gets all the way up to that line. And here's where the line is. So I've passed the line. And I think that your grip is fine, meaning your club face is going to be fine. Your arms create a swing path that cuts across the ball strictly because of where you are pivoting from. Your pivot axis point is back behind the ball, and if we can move that thing in front of the ball, you start to deliver it better. So it's not just kind of like we want to change the look of your finish for cosmetics. The reasoning behind it, through all this science, momentum, weight transfer, pressure shifts, all that stuff, we're just going to try and make it easy. Like if you think of one thing to do, we get a bunch of things to happen. Okay, so let's try some drivers like that. So on some of these still we have a shift forward, then the arms come down. And I want you to feel like you've thrown all of your weight to your front foot before you bring your arms into the ball. So a bit of a sequence piece.
Okay.
And like, you know, a baseball pitcher. They've already got their momentum moving toward the catcher before they even think of letting go of their arm, right? So I try to feel like my backswing, my arms and my club are still going back as my body's getting the most forward. And if I can separate that, arms going one way, body going the other way, I get a stretch, I get some power. Nice, there we go. So that is where you're aiming. Like that was a straight ball off of where you were standing. Is that kind of your target line?
Yeah, I was just aiming for that tree, I guess, that higher tree.
Terrific. Great ball. Love it. I love it. So hit this shot and hold your finish. Okay. All right, so in the finish position, I think that you've got a lot of good pieces to it. You're forward, but I want you to feel like you're tall and you're leaned back a little bit. Almost like your chest is farther from the target than like your tummy, right? And that little bit of lean back is going to help you get the club more from an inside spot to help you swing out on it to straighten up the fade. So it's forward in front of that line, and then it's like tummy sticks out, chest leans back. Give me a practice swing, show me what that's like. Cool. Let her fly. Okay, one more. Anything new is going to feel a little different. So our intention's trying to get the body into its finish position almost before the club gets to the ball. So one thing we can do as a bit of a drill or an exercise, just to kind of keep the practice fun, is when you swing through your shot, try and kick your front leg forward at the same time. Just hit a shot and kick your front leg forward and see if you can hit it and stand there. Good. You're going to start to feel what it's like to get a little bit more into the ball, get your mass into it, get your momentum into it. You might feel more forward than you're used to with this too. Yeah. Yeah, you could do those all day. Good job. So, like I said, the more forward you get before you start turning and swinging, the more you create some lines that are going to help the ball curve from left to right. Now, I'm not saying we're going to automatically start hitting draws. We're just going to see some draws. You'll find something by the end of this that'll be your standard or your stock. Not bad. Cool. And another exercise we can do, might be giving you too many at one time, but it's all good. So we're going to play the ball right off your front foot, but then your left foot goes back like this. And I want you to hit a ball standing like that. Find your comfortable distance from it. Yeah. That hit the yellow stick? Wow, okay. Serious ricochet. And just go ahead and swing and don't lose your balance. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so this one's going to give you a little bit of body awareness to see what you can do while trying to stay balanced. The whole goal of this is stay balanced, increase your speed. Maybe lose your balance, bring your speed down, and just keep testing the waters there. Good. Good job. And so I think that if we can have, 5 regular shots, and then 5 shots being a combo between this like pelican stance or the soccer kick, those are just ways for you to start to feel what it's like to actually get forward in your real swing of 5. But I would say that today can be a lot of drivers, and when they get a little bit tired, go back to an 8-iron or a 9-iron, do the same type of thing, and then when you have more energy, come back and hit, make it 10 drivers and then 15 iron shots, and kind of cycle your day through that, just so you're not exhausted. But if the driver is the one that's on your mind as the worst, I want you to use it the most today. Get comfortable with it. Find some ways to stand and move that let you hit the ball where you're trying to hit it. I don't know how it's going to look yet. I just know it's going to be better and you're going to find it. Okay?
Do you think that's the issue? It's just that, like, lack of proper weight transfer?
It is. It's ultimately in your footwork. And if we can change your footwork, we can take a really good, waist to hand swing and make it work better. But it's just like where you rotate isn't forward enough. Where you do your normal stuff isn't forward enough. That's all it is. This would be almost to the point where with some irons, like pitch and wedge and down, like start with your weight on your front foot and just leave it there, right? To avoid any getting too far back so you can't save yourself. But it'd be a great way to lower your flight, start hitting a few more greens. But like you said, driver's the worst, the biggest, bug in your bag. So practice with it the most. 2 little fun exercises, regular drives, and then go back to the 7 and the 8 and do the same thing. Cool. I like it. Okay, not bad.
That's pretty typical.
Yeah.
Like that.
So on that issue, we have the club face that's a little bit open to the club's path. That's why the ball fades. Your club face points at the target, but because it's bleeding to the left, that means the path's going a little bit of a different direction. But we always try and fix everything by controlling the club face. So take your grip, point your grip out at me for me. Okay, so in your backswing, I want you to feel like you're giving this club a little bit of a twist that way.
Okay.
Like a hand, use your hands and twist the club that way and hold it there. Don't let it go. Yeah, just give it a little bit of a twist all the way up. Don't let it untwist and swing through. Okay, and we're going to go for the tall tree down there. So over this thing, close to it. Draw. I didn't see that one. It started left of the stick, but I didn't see where it went from there. Okay, mystery. That ball a little bit back. Good. Keep that shaft twisted. Yeah. Hard left?
Hard left.
Okay. So the timing between when your arms are doing their thing and when your body's doing its thing, it gets a little bit off. When your arms kind of go first, that kind of forces your body to stay back a little bit, and that's the pull over this way. When you've gone the most forward, your arms kind of got stuck behind, and then it brings in the club face a little bit pointed to the left. So we have to find a way that when you're trying to get your body forward, that you're also trying to swing to everything else faster. Okay? So it's forward and faster. Yeah. Nice. So the shaft twisting part's a little bit of like it's a governor, it's a dial. I'm not sure when you're going to feel it best. I just know that by the time the club gets back to the ball, we need a little bit more of the shaft twisting, which closes the face. Okay. That's all that is.
Yeah, it feels really weird to try to twist it.
And that's why I think that if you did it early in the backswing, we can just get it in there and then you don't have to worry about it anymore.
And that's better than just starting with it.
Way better, yeah. Yeah, because your motion opens it up. So it has to be a motion to fix it.
Yeah, that's what I usually do is I'll close it and just guess. And then it's like, if it, if I take my normal swing and might go straight,
Yeah.
if I actually have a good swing, then it goes way right.
Yep.
So, yeah, better not to guess.
Well, if you hit this one right, it should go right above it.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold it here, don't move. All right, so we've got your feet, this foot's back a little bit from the front one, which is fine. We need to add a little bit of this to match it up. So it's like just a 1-inch turn of the shoulders toward the left, whatever it was I did there. There you go. Twist the face, get forward. That was better. That was a good jump forward into the ball. I like it. Beautiful. Started left, curved to the right. Well done. All the pieces came together there. So one more, and then we'll go to an 8-iron and try the same stuff. Little twist to the shoulders, then a twist to the shaft. And all those balls that go right are just not getting forward aggressively enough. Okay. Let's grab an 8, do the same thing.
Where do you want the ball in my stance?
Just forward of middle. And so I want you to try to feel like you've gotten so far forward that we start taking some bigger divots. Forward and maybe even low to take that divot. Way better, good for you. So let's try and put these pieces together with the shoulder twist and shaft twist to start seeing the ball draw. And I don't necessarily need you to draw the ball, I just want you to have the opportunity to do it if you have to. So set up shoulder twist, backswing shaft twist, get forward. Well, there's a draw. So again, it's a governor, right? It's a little bit of shaft twist here or there. And the more balls you hit, the more that's going to show up. Where do you practice normally?
Course?
Yeah, like do you have a range? Local, do you practice?
No.
No? Okay.
No, not really.
Just kind of go to the driving range before you play?
Journeyman, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I would say that, after you do this, you might be sore tomorrow. But within the next week, go to the driving range with one golf club and work on the stuff with just one club, right? You don't need to work on all of them. Just take one golf club, whichever one you want, and just hammer away at this to-do list. You've got the right stuff. You just have to get a little more comfortable with it. That's all that is.
Yeah, it's just that forward motion, the weight transfer. Feels weird. Like I just don't know how it should feel. Like should
I know.
Feel like I'm kicking my body forward. Like that's.
It's aggressive.
Yeah.
Whatever aggressive comes with. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like you don't know what it's going to feel like because you've never done it, and I'm not sure where you're going to feel it. But the more I tell you to go forward and get aggressive with it, the feels will show up. Good job. Great swing, great divot.
Felt really good.
So one thing you can kind of get a feel for is that when you hit these shots, try to feel what's it like to finish low, what's it like to finish medium, or what's it like to finish in your regular high spot. All that will change your ball flight, usually changes your divot too. So try some of those things just to vary up the shots. I mean, like, we have to be a little artistic with golf. It's not always going to be a perfect 152 8-iron, right? Sometimes it's going to have to go higher or lower or wind or whatever. So vary up your ability to play different shots by changing your follow through to begin with. I think I want to keep your backswing the same. Twist the shaft, but then when you swing through, just vary up, like finish one low, finish one in the middle. And what you might find is that a low finish curves it one way and a high finish curves it the other way. It's a great way to play the shots without going through a huge list full of how to do things. Yeah, good job. Okay, you got some things to work with, but I would say, like, practice the follow through stuff, practice the stuff with the iron for, I don't know, 10 or 15 shots, 5 drivers, go back to this, and you've got probably 4 things that you're trying to think about, and I can't expect you to do all of them on every shot. So have 1 or 2 in your mind and focus on those each time. Eventually you'll figure out one's a priority and one can kind of be forgotten about. Okay. Light at the end of the tunnel here?
I think so.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the weight transfer feeling a little normal.
Okay. So the 1 foot drill that we did like this, right, that almost presets all of your body turn in front of the golf ball. So that should be the one that gives you the best flight out of all of them. Kicking the foot forward is just kind of an idea to feel as though, okay, I'm getting my weight off my back foot and I'm moving forward just like a baseball pitcher does it with the other leg. That's all that's doing. But I would say that overall, if we understand, like, get your feedback from what the ball is doing. If the ball starts too much to the right, you're too much on your left, right? If the ball starts right, you need to get more right. Think of it like that. And then if the ball fades, if it curves, more twist to the shaft. It's a good ball. Like, not high, but it goes straight and tumbles when it hits the ground.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, 8 iron.
Pretty common too for me that they sort of leak right.
To the right. So most of the leak to the right has a lot to do with small divots. So when my club and my arm get to its longest point, right, that's when the only thing left for this club to do is twist. But if I have it like short, it's hard for me to twist that into the ball. But the second it gets long, where the divot's happening, that's where it can twist like that. And that's what I see happening with the draws. Because they start a little right, then they curve a little right, so it's just twisting that way. So the more that we can feel like through the shot that you've not only got your body in front of the ball, but then you stand up to face your target, that supports the shaft and doesn't let it twist. Oh, it is, for sure. Yeah. I'm going to try and keep the ideas the same today. Okay, so the last piece of this stuff, and I want to work on it a little bit with your wedges. So I got your pitching wedge, and this is a little bit more to kind of just tweak your finish position. So as you come through in your swing, I want you to feel as though that you're leaning over to the left a little bit. When you finish your swing at times, you're standing up really tall, and when that tallness happens too early, it can help close the face and pull it left, because it pulls the club out of the ground, and like I said, if this gets too long, it'll end up twisting. So we can kind of feel like, if I get into my finish position here, I want it to feel like this hip is going out, and it helps me lean over to the left a little bit, on that same angle that I set up here as. Because you take it into your backswing, staying on that same angle, right? You're leaning down this way, but as you come through, sometimes you get too tall. So we're just going to work on this by feeling like you hit 60 or 70 yard shots, taking it back, finishing your swing, and leaning down this way. I've been doing it a lot. You can, for now, just try and find it at the end of the shot.
Actually feels a little awkward, but it makes the ball path seem more.
Yeah, it flies straighter.
Normal.
Yeah, yep, good. 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 Good in a weird way. It sounds like all my lessons. Good. Really good.
That feels a lot better.
Okay. Then let's add that into everything else we've talked about. Get forward, get leaned over. If the ball fades, twist the shaft.